After the pledge, there will be a moment of silence. Please stand.
Great job. Great job. I love it. Great job. Are we doing high fives? Nice. High five. Nice. High five. Woo. Nice. Great job. Great job. Great job. Oh, that was a good one. Great job. Great job. Great job.
I'd like to thank Mr. Keekak and Ms. Johnson and all the students who participated tonight. How about another round of applause? Thank you. Time I would accept a motion and a second to approve the agenda. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Thank you. This time I would entertain a motion for the second. All those in favor? Time I'd entertain a motion for the approval of the minutes of the special board meeting. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? Under communications, this time we'd like to call on Mr. Chad Mills, Director of Athletics and Activities from the high school, as he will have a short introduction as tonight.
That's a tough act to follow, that kindergarten group singing like that. That's awesome. We're here to celebrate fall sports, and we have a lot to celebrate. A lot of great teams, coaches, players. We appreciate you parents for getting the kids to practice, taking care of them, and doing their uniforms. And without the parents, we wouldn't be able to do what we do. Also, thank you to our school board for your continued support in our leadership of our superintendent and assistant supes, and without the leadership that we have here and the vision that they have, again, we wouldn't be able to be successful. We're going to be introducing and recognizing soccer, football, and swim in that order. Coach Wade, come on up. And as the athletes come up, please stand in front of the stage. We're broadcasting this deal, and so you're easier to see.
All right, thank you, Mr. Mills. Again, my name is Doug Wade, assistant coach of the boys soccer team. Thank you, board, and for the opportunity to represent the boys program. It was a very memorable season for us. For the third year in a row, we continue to improve, and our record shows it. We finished with a perfect record at home this year, as well as travel to play powerhouse programs such as Priory at their place and won in double overtime. Another tough away victory was against state champion and state runner-up last year, Jackson, which we won also. Some other big wins were Perryville, Saxony Lutheran St. Charles. Again, all of those were recent state champions in their respective classes. We finished 13-5, held a Soccer Power Rankings top 15 team in the state, 5 out of the 6 polls. Our highest ranking was number 12. Finished the season tied second place in our conference. There's not everybody here tonight. There was supposed to be several more guys, but with holidays and schedules and such, we have one. So I'm going to run through the others real quick, and we'll introduce one to you here at the end. First off, we had Asher Reek. Asher Reek is a sophomore, starting center back for us. He anchored the team defensively, really. Came back from a torn ACL his freshman year to really get his first year with us. But he was the anchor of a defense that was fourth best in school history's goals against average, allowing less than a goal per game. Asher was first teamer, as well as Class 3 District 1 first teamer, as well as a Class 3 all-region player. He was the only underclassman in our region to earn those honors, which includes all of St. Louis. Pretty tremendous. Nick McAllister. Nick's not here tonight as well. Nick is a junior. He plays wide back for us. He's a kid that if any teachers have ever just randomly been out at the soccer field or at the turf on the old tennis courts, you've probably seen Nick. He is a tireless worker, never stops training. He's a highly gifted technical player that plays wide back for us, and he's really kind of uncommon because he plays on the. He also finished Class 3 District 1 First Team Award. Look forward to his senior year next year. Next we have Logan Keepy. Logan is a junior. Again, probably hangs out with Nick at every other opportunity. You can see him out of the field, putting in his time individually. I think last year I caught him out in the winter time. I think it was 19 degrees, and he was out there working his tail off to become a better player. It's all his time and effort in the weight room, on the track, and he's probably the guy too that is our gritty, gutty player that just will do anything to make a tackle or win a one-on-one battle. Big goals for us this year. We look forward to his future with us as well. He was a Class 3 District 1 first teamer as well. First senior, Mr. Steven Gent. Steven would have been a 4-year starter, started his freshman year, had a great year, and dealt with some back injuries his sophomore and junior year, which really kept him off the field. But Steven's unique because he's the kind of guy that showed up to practices and games even without playing, and was really important to the team morale. And by his senior year, he finally got to rehab well enough in his back to play. Had a tremendous year, big part of our team. He finished as a first team SEMO all-conference player. Next is Brandon Shoppert. Brandon's a senior. He's a 4-year varsity starter. Had the highest standards for technical and physical prep. Soccer IQ is tremendous. Brandon scored some big goals over his career for Farmington in some big moments. And again, a team captain and a crew leader. This year he's already signed. He's going to play for MAC. He finished with SEMO all-conference honors. Next we have Cade Blackman. Cade was a 4-year starter for the boys varsity team. I think he led the team in scoring all 4 years. I have to check that. If not, it was very, very close. But he's highly competitive, playmaker on the offensive side of the ball. I cannot recall a game or practice he missed ever. Even just to sit out for an injury, he just never missed. He's one of those tough, dedicated, loyal players. So we haven't. Cade has not signed anywhere yet. I'm sure he'll be playing at the next level. Cade also finished as a SEMO all-conference team. And last, I'm going to make him come up here and embarrass him, is Brenner. You got Brenner Gallagher? Oh, he's already up here. Sorry, Brenner. So Brenner is, again, a 4-year starter for our varsity boys. We moved Brenner. Brenner's played multiple positions for us. He's always been willing to do so and able to do so, but we moved him out onto the wide back, which again is not always a focal point for most teams, but this really changed our team and allowed Brenner to showcase all of his 1v1 ability, his goal scoring ability. He's a threat no matter the opponent. Brenner also, as a senior, has been through it. He led us in some really tough moments that we had as a group where we were facing some adversity, and he really willed his team to victory in some big moments in districts. So super proud of Brenner. He's going to surely play at the next level. I was just talking to him. I think he's playing with the St. Louis FSD program this spring and surely sign a college at some point. But Brenner finished with all district honors, first team, all region, and he as well was our only all-state honorable mention honors. So congrats to Brenner, and that's all I got. Thank you.
Coach Krupe and the football team.
Hello, thank you for letting us join you tonight. The 2022 Farmington High football program finished 4-7. It was a young team that fought hard each week. Our program earned the 4th seed in district and was able to win at least one playoff game for the 8th consecutive season. We have a really good group of kids, and 11 of them earned postseason recognition. I'll introduce these young men now, and once we're all done, you guys can come up and shake hands with the board. We've got a couple at basketball or wrestling. Braden Berry is at basketball. Braden earned all district and all region honors, as well as being named first team all conference. Luke Berkner. Luke was named all district and all region, as well as earning second team all conference. and was named to the Academic All-State team. His brother Owen Berkner, Owen is at wrestling. He earned all-region honors and was also named honorable mention all-conference. He also was named to the Academic All-State team. Brett Dry earned all-district and all-region honors and was named second team all-conference. Gabe Giuliani was named to the Academic All-State team. Bryce Cathcart earned all-district and all-region honors and was also named first team all-conference. Kason McLean earned all-district and all-region honors, was named first team all-conference, and was also named to the J98 Dream Team. Jackson McDowell earned academic all-state honors. Connor Rice also earned academic all-state honors. Wyatt Skaggs earned all-district and all-region honors, as well as being named second team all-conference. And Josh Wyatt earned all-district and all-region honors, as well as being named first team all-conference. Thank you very much. Guys, if you want to come on up.
Coach Sandlin and boys swim.
Good evening, thanks for having me. We had 7 swimmers on the swim team, and between basketball practice and wrestling practice, I think there was scholar bowl in there. My guys were kind of busy tonight. It's all right. For our year, like I said, we had 7 swimmers. I'm going to recognize each athlete, and then I'm going to recognize their accomplishments in the conference. We don't have a district and a sectionals. Our state qualifying comes out of our times that we place throughout the year, and you have to be in the top 31 state. Throughout the year, as a coach, I have to put in qualifying marks for state, and I had Sam Woodson. He made 3 state qualifying marks, and I had 2 relays that made state qualifying marks. Excuse me. My first swimmer was freshman Sebastian Sosa. He was all conference honorable mention in the 500 freestyle and also the 400 free relay. I had freshman Will Adams. He was all conference in the 200 IM, all conference in the 100 free, all conference in the 200 free relay, and he was also all conference honorable mention in the 400 freestyle relay. Will, you know, as a freshman, the IM was very taxing because you have to do all 4 strokes. He did a really good job as a freshman. Very proud of him. Titan Thomas, he was all conference in the 500 free, and he was also all conference honorable mention in the 400 free. And it's kind of unique because Sebastian and Titan both, basically, they're swimming 20 laps. If you've ever tried that, it's pretty taxing. They did an excellent job, and both of them tremendously, from their first race to their last race, dropped their time considerable. They, for young men, swimming this 500, they look good, and they are going to have an awesome. I had junior Chris Orr. He was all conference honorable mention in the 200 individual medley relay. He was all-conference in the 50 freestyle. He was all-conference in the 100 backstroke, and he was all-conference in the 200 free relay. Junior Gavin Eaton, he was all-conference honorable mention in the 200 individual medley relay, the 100 breaststroke, the 50 freestyle, and the 200 free relay also. Sam Woodson, he was honorable mention all conference in the 200 medley relay. He was the conference champion in the 100 breaststroke. He was all conference in the 200 individual medley, and he was all conference in the 200 free relay. Sam actually broke 3 of our records this year. He broke the record in the 200 individual medley. He broke the record in the 100 breaststroke, which actually were both his records already. He just re-broke them, and I think it was the IM he broke 3 times this year. And then in the 100-meter butterfly, that one was not his. That was his older brother Dorian's, and they had a little going back and forth at home, and he was kind of teasing him because he had come home the following weekend. And then my only senior, Malachi Smith, he was all-conference honorable mention in the 200 medley relay, and he was all-conference in the 100 butterfly, and he was all-conference honorable mention in the 400 freestyle relay. Really appreciated Malachi. He was a great leader. His work ethic is tremendous, and it rubs off on other kids, and he's really going to be missed. He's a joy to have around. The team took 4th in our conference. We went to the Fort Zumwalt North Invitational in St. Peter's. We were 9th out of 16 teams. We went to the Springfield Invitational. There was 26 teams. We took 14th there. For the year, we had 9 dual meets, and we were 5 and 4. And I guess the thing that I can say most about our team is we had fun. These kids were great kids. I can't say enough. We had a good time. Thank you.
Mr. Rubel, Dr. Krause, school board, thanks again.
Having us tonight, and more importantly, thank you for letting the kids say the pledge and do their song. I know they were very excited. They practiced for that, so they were really excited.
They were great.
Yeah, so to my left here is Jennifer Hayes. She is our featured teacher for Truman Learning Center. And just for a minute, just a second, if you can think back about your kindergarten teacher. Can you remember who it was? Can you remember in their name maybe? And I know it's easy to look back at those teachers, and the kindergarten teacher, your kindergarten teacher is that teacher that sets the foundation for how you see and people. And so when you think about that, you think about how that teacher made you feel, and how they treated you and how kind they were to you. And with that being said, Mrs. Jennifer Hayes, she's one of TLC's finest teachers. She's been working with kindergarten students for the last 13 years. Ironically, she was my son, Landon's kindergarten teacher. Landon's going to be graduating from high school this year at Farmington, so that's how long Mrs. Hayes has been teaching kindergarten. When I think about the qualities that make Mrs. Hayes a successful teacher at the job that she does, several things come to mind. She seeks out professional growth opportunities, and she's very self-motivated. She can think outside of the box to support the students and their needs and the students who have special needs in her classroom. She will reach out to peers for help when needed, but she is also the first one to volunteer to open her door to others when they need that in return. She's a quiet leader, and she's very supportive to all the staff. I do think maybe the new teachers might have a special spot when it comes to Mrs. Hayes. She does a really good job with them. She goes above and beyond with all of her students to make learning fun and memorable. She knows her students well, and I could probably quiz her right now on any one of her students in her classroom, and she could spit out the data of where they are in their learning. I don't know, I think maybe we should try. But most importantly, her students love her, and they love coming to school. And isn't that a very important piece of kindergarten, that they love to? Just like Landon, her students will remember their kindergarten teacher when they're graduating from high school. So ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to introduce Mrs. Jennifer Hayes, TLC Teacher 2000. Okay, I would like to invite Miss Ashley Reese to the stage. I'm very excited to introduce our Heartland hero. This is Miss Ashley Reese. She's a pediatric nurse practitioner with Great Minds Health Center. And for the last 2 years, Mrs. Reese and Great Minds have been attending TLC roll call to offer shots and immunizations and wellness checks for our families. Many families take advantage of this service and was able to come in and get shots for their child before school even started. When we have roll call, we have all of these stations all set up and down the hallway, and probably one of our longest stations is Miss Reese. She's able to get those kiddos in, get their shots caught up, even offer them wellness checks for the students before they start school. And they volunteer to do this, and this is great service to our community. Mrs. Reese and Great Minds also assisted TLC with our preschool and kindergarten screenings that we have usually in the spring. So when speaking with Nurse Olivia at TLC about Miss Reese, this is what she said. Mrs. Reese is so helpful. She's always willing to help with a smile on her face. She advocates for her patients and their health and well-being. Miss Reese is always willing to support the Farmington School District. So ladies and gentlemen, our Heartland hero, Miss Ashley Reese. Also, if you look at the plaque, our high school students in the engineering department make those, and they are extremely nice.
All right, so I'm going to go through the CSIP very quickly. I'm not going to go through all of the goals. It is a 30-page. I promise you I will not be going through every bit of it this evening. Probably going to show you the first 2 pages of this, noting that this will be uploaded after on the district website for community staff, for families, for everyone to view as we process through the CSIP document. So I wanted to take you through a couple things. Right. What I'm presenting to you for your approval tonight is the culmination of a lot of hard work. Many staff members, parents, students, community members, and to do this work throughout a long period of time. So some of the work began pre-pandemic, which discussions with leaders, building principals, student or staff leaders, to set priorities for our district. In the state of Missouri, we're now in what is called the phase of MSIP 6. So as we move out of MSIP 5, otherwise known as the Missouri, as the state sets their, you will watch the school district start to set their own comprehensive to align with. So with the standards that are provided by the state of Missouri, all the schools charge themselves with creating a plan that fits their system and their community, what their staff, and what their student parents believe in, and what those areas need to be. Then it filters down to what we actually have with building improvement plans, 8 different campuses. Go from that MSIP view, which is the state comprehensive plan, then we'll go to a building plan, and then ultimately down to a professional growth plan of others. So basically, all these different plans that are in based on, so they're all aligned with the same philosophy, and the understanding premises that everyone works towards the same goal, same priority standard betterment. So in the past, the difference between MSIP 6 and other plans was that it was 100%, and this time it is 70% performance or performance, other 30% off of continuous growth. And so you have to have a lot of data and a lot of know that. So for any underneath annual performance report, come in with our report card when you're looking at practices, it's current status, growth, success ready, grad rate that we always talk about usually in May or June, and then we'll talk about the graduation follow-up. Those are kind of the hard line items in the 70%. And when you look at the 30% now, which is new, it's based off of commitment, or basically us coming and presenting to you evidence of what betterment of climate are included in that. Requirement document will present in front of you month. You will see that there are 5 areas that the state of Missouri set forward. Quickly, leadership, which is driven by the Board of Collaborative Climate, effective learning, make alignment, and equal access to all programs and intertwined and braided. So for our CSIP development, we had staff members, community members, all gathered in various spots throughout years, gather input and design our. We had committee meetings with all of the participants, parents, staff, back from the surveys that we have from the past 2 years, which we will also be releasing and making that that know what the feedback information was. That's also a part of MSIP, that are consistently giving that feedback that you collected back to those, what the general stakeholder point of view is. We have looked at 4 focus areas. So I'm going to have Corey go to the next. So if you look up there, you're going to start to see quite often those 4 areas, which are academic excellence, community connectedness, safe and healthy schools, and future focused. So those are the 4 focused areas that we will have our goals fall under. I will tell you that when a high school student was supporting and helping go through some of these documents, the student said, oh, so these are your Farmington 4. So we've stayed with that. So that is a student from Farmington High School that said, oh, hey, yeah, I see it. I see your vision. It's the Farmington 4. And then it was cloned. So that's kind of what we've been going by, again, student created. In this plan, that's 30 pages long with a lot of detail, action steps within that. We have 11 SMART goals. You will see that they fall directly underneath those Farmington 4. You will see that everything is aligned within the leadership standards of what the state of Missouri says that we should be aligned to. And you will see that there will be a lot of progress monitoring throughout. So those are some of the changes. As required for CSIP, we will be very intentionally reporting out. So again, all of our board reports, program reviews that we bring in front of you, you will start to see a little bit better communication between how it's connected areas as they give those. And those are documentation forms that you will see within the academic performance, the APR that we're supposed. Better alignment, communicating where they fall will happen each month. You will also see quarterly reports, pull the CSEP plan out, and then actually go through and make sure that we're having conversations about where we are. Please don't be fooled that one or two people can do this. This is a village. It will take a village to get these goals accomplished by the year 2027. Building leaders down to their staff members, classified certified students. Everyone is pretty much involved in this 30-page document and will continue to be involved as we give you the progress when we move on. I know that's a lot of information that's in front of you. We are asking that you look at that for board approval so that we can begin to move on. And do you have any questions? All right, thank you so much.
I'd like to thank you, Doctor. So far, we know that there's a lot of